happened. Alright, we're gonna keep that seed for a little bit. New play and go with a manta. We got the new hacksaw. Well, of course we're gonna play that. Let's just see the shitty play and go for 2 seconds, because play and go is all usually whack. Yeah, the first click into fucking. Not seen craps in a while. I mean, you've never seen it for me. I never play that shit. Yeah, I like it. I like playing it in Vegas, but not online. It's like a worse version of the America slot. Yeah, I played the demo of it. With Hacksaw, no matter how shitty it looks, sometimes it could just randomly pop, you know, and pay. But we'll try it out. Yeah, I like it. I like playing it in Vegas. What's up, Sammy? How you doing? Do you guys think Play and Go would be better if it had bonus buys, or do you think it would still be just as bad? Extra chance on a Play and Go? Is that new? Yeah, Bean still plays crap sometimes. I don't want to play that shit online. Yeah, I mean, right now I would consider it a vacation, but I got offered to be on 2 different podcasts. So I came out here kind of for work, and then I just needed a break, and I wanted to be somewhere different, so I extended it. Instead of coming out here for a week to do 2 podcasts, I ended up staying like almost a month. What up, R3? How you living, cousin? Oh, we're in. Oh. We're faking, and the thing made some noise. Are we really in now? We're faking again. Fucking hate Play and Go, man. I hate this shit. IRLs? I don't know. Podcast? I don't know. Sometimes they take like a month to come out. Maybe more. I'll post them in the Discord, of course, when they come out. What up, Alex? It's not even worth trying the new Play and Goes. They're all trash. Let's try the new Hacksaw. The hits are insane. Okay. Yeah, Chupa said he hated it, but I feel like with Hacksaw, no matter how much it seems shit, it could go crazy. That's kind of crazy that the biggest win so far is 600x only, though. That's fucking nuts. I know it just came out. You gotta stay tuned to Discord. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you what podcast I'm in until they come out, but I will post them in my Discord once they get released. Can I leak some good slot strats? There are no slot strats. Slots usually suck, and sometimes you get lucky. Can we get him to a bonus, please? Thank you. All you gotta do is ask, chat. All you gotta do is ask. Okay. Keep dropping them, baby. Not the worst. More. Okay. What's behind you on the wall? I don't even know. I'm in a hotel room. That is basically the top of the mini bar. Where there are like a bunch of glasses, wine glasses, wine opener, and then underneath it there's a bunch of bottles of tequila, wine, and then there's a fridge with like Coca-Cola and all that shit. It's like basically like a fancy mini bar. Bunch of shit that overpriced. Bro, you know, you get into the mini bar, you got these little like these little white boxes with little snackies in it. You're hungry for Scooby snacks and you ain't going to fucking CVS at night when you're at your hotel. Each one of these little boxes is $15. Is my camera too fucked up now that I showed you guys that?
That's it. That's literally it, man. Obsession? Yes.
Artificial nice guy act. He saw the contradictions in Gates' claims to want to help the world and poor people, all while desiring to control overpopulation by decreasing the global population.
Sterilizing people.
2 weeks ago, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, secret meeting of the rich with Warren Buffett and Ted Turner, and it said the main agenda was reduce our population by 80%.
The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Particularly in poorer places like Africa.
But it's really Africa that still has a doubling in population to 2050.
Of course, Jones's take on Gates' plan for Africa's population growth was a little less nuanced.
Murder Africa! Invasion force! Release us! I mean, these are kook cult demons, hardcore evil. I mean, these people are flaming scum.
While regular people were horrified that one of the blandest billionaire geeks on the planet was also a part of the Epstein files, Jones...
And he was right about that again. The thing is that he's shouting it from the rooftops. He's trying to tell everybody, but no one wanted to listen.
Was now vindicated and climbed even further into his own mania. By this point, he was no longer on the fringes. He was now mainstream. His YouTube channel was clocking up more views than established broadcasters like MSNBC. He was worth hundreds of millions, had hundreds of millions of followers, had the president's ear. He was completely untouchable. Or so he thought. You see, he starts getting drunk on air more often, with wild appearances on podcasts like The Joe Rogan Experience, where his unhinged...
Legendary. No. Let's not reframe this, okay? Joe Rogan and Alex Jones have been friends for like 30 years. So let's not pretend like Joe Rogan was like, oh, wow, Alex Jones is so crazy. No, Joe was gassing him up. Joe was saying, oh, and then what, Alex? So what about that alien shit? So what do they have in area? So who's this Bob Lazar? Who is this guy? Yeah, well, let's not rewrite history. They were in this together.
State is overlooked as it's just part of his...
We need a new one, by the way.
...brand now.
No, I love being here. I'll sit here and like tell fart jokes if you want. I'd rather get drunk and just have a good time.
This episode, number 911, was done purposely by Rogan in honor of Jones's career turning point.
I knew I go, okay, there's a certain number of podcasts I have to do to get this to 9/11. So Jamie and I worked it out, and we did it.
It was hugely successful, the biggest mainstream conspiracy theorist being egged on by arguably the world's biggest interviewer, which then sent Alex Jones into the stratosphere. And he didn't disappoint.
Well, this was all,
He was high on his own fumes and happy to say absolutely anything, knowing people would still believe, and he'd face no consequences.
Well, the problem is that he was right.
On one of Joe Rogan's most popular episodes of all time, that has since been deleted, he appears in a NASA shirt.
Think about that. It got deleted. Every other interview didn't get deleted. That one got deleted. Why would you do that?
And is seemingly more crazy than he's ever been before. Over the course of nearly 5 hours, he rants about this kind of stuff.
5 hours.
Native Americans, you can mind control really fast. 20 years ago, they had spiders that produced body armor, spider guts, okay? They have human-animal hybrids 30 years ago.
Human-animal hybrids. Then the Epstein files reveals human-animal hybrids. Then Tim Burchett, the senator from Tennessee, says that they have human-animal hybrids. Wow. What are the odds of that? That's crazy.
You've got giant human tissue farms. Right. Aliens are real. They're creating human-animal hybrid. They admit 5G in all the studies, LA Times, causes massive mutation and cancer.
Wait a minute,
and literally rattles your DNA apart. All of our kids are under attack. NASA is the German breakaway government.
It was from this point onwards that Jones never returned to his previous, more stable state. Adderall and alcohol had now taken the wheel, and his downfall was near.
Jones was arrested in Texas on a misdemeanor charge of driving while intoxicated.
His claims didn't need to make sense. That wasn't his stock in trade anymore.
The problem is that they did, though. That's the they did make sense. That's the situation.
He didn't need to be right, he just needed to go further. His off-air actions got worse. He very clearly starts cracking, and it's only a matter of time before he gives the people who want him gone exactly what they need to finish him, as he crosses a line he can't come back from, making his now infamous claims about Sandy Hook never occurring, that the children didn't exist and the grieving parents were actors. He'd actually been saying this stuff for years prior to the podcast and this point, but now those words were coming back to bite him. After his followers turned on the parents, and all the evidence proved him wrong, he had to be dragged kicking and screaming to walk it all back. This was the first time he'd actually had to take accountability for his more wild statements. Although he questions the legitimacy of the attack when it happens, he isn't famous enough for anyone to care. As his star rises, his repeated claims are heard everywhere, bringing Jones all the wrong kinds of attention. His followers turn on the parents, sending them death threats and accuse them of faking their grief. And so in 2018, a way to silence him was found. He could have InfoWars, but no big platform allows him to use their base anymore. He was taken off the biggest...
as soon as basically every single social media company at the same time deplatformed Alex Jones. They all, it was in one morning, and he was taken off of every social media platform. Was he right on this one? I think he was wrong on this. This is stupid.
Social media platforms all in one single moment. YouTube, Facebook, and then Twitter, wiping out a huge chunk of his audience and his revenue. For those who didn't know Jones, now he was infamous for being one of the most silenced individuals online. His daily audience then fell from 1.4 million daily views to 715,000, and it only went down.
By the way, that's ridiculous. If you get taken off of every major social media platform and you only lose half your audience, that's nuts.
From there, suddenly all those huge popular Joe Rogan episodes were wiped off YouTube and Spotify. Anything with Jones's name was considered hate speech. Bootleg re-uploads are quickly taken down, and it's clear that tech companies are serious about silencing